Hello guys, today I'll be guiding you through the Gemstone powder grind, which is a pain in the ass, and I'm trying to make this as short and as profitable as it can be. In today's video I'll show you how to do it. So there are a few things that we gotta go through. First is the requirements, and for that you want to be at least Heart of the Mountain tier 7 because of the powder buff perk, which we'll talk about in a minute. Secondly, you want to have at least 1800 mining speed. Why 1800? Because in Crystal Hollows, you need 1800 mining speed to insta-mine hardstone and the ores that you get into. So the coal ores, iron ores, and the other. If you already got 1800 mining speed, you will need some gear. I recommend the mineral armor, which I got reforged to necrotic just because of the mana you'll have to use for the miner ability, which I'll talk about in a minute. But the reason why you want to use mineral armor is because of this perk that I got when I got full armor. It grants 400 mining spread on ores and blocks, and hardstone is a block, so we got plus 400 mining spread, which basically means that you can mine more hardstone with one click. As you can see, I got like, I don't know how much that even is, but I'm mining like around 9 blocks per one hit, which is cool, and which will be much needed if you want to powder grind. If you want to make as much money as possible from it, I recommend using a jungle pickaxe. Why jungle pickaxe? Of course, because of the perks that it gives. It gives a chance to drop sludge juice when mining in the jungle of the Crystal Hollows. And if you go to the bazaar and you look for the sludge juice is worth around 2k, and it drops pretty often. We'll get to it later, but if you already have Hard Mountain tier 7, 1800 mining speed and mineral armor, or some armor that gives you a bonus mining speed if you can't hit 1800, for example, like Sorrow armor, or yeah, it gives a lot of mining speed if you have the gemstones in, or just could be also glaciate armor if you're very poor. Yeah. It also gives like plus 10 mining speed. If you can't hit the 1800 mining speed, I got a few ways to show you to increase it. First, is the Heart of the Mountain perks. So the first mining speed, I recommend dropping as much. If you can't hit 1800, I recommend dropping as much mithril powder here as possible. But you also need efficient miner for the mining spread. And if you have the Mountain tier 7, you'll get this speedy minement perk, but don't upgrade it just yet, because there are much more valuable perks you have to upgrade before this one. So there are a few things that you can use to get us a little bit more mining speed. First is like a cheap pet. The Armadillo pet is good because on level 100 it grants you 300 mining spread while mining hardstone. But if you can't reach the mining speed you want, you can use some pet that grinds your mining speed. For example, the mole pet, which is a little bit more expensive than the armadillo, but it grants you mining speed. Also the silverfish pet, which grants 123 mining speed, and also gives you some mining fortune. You can also use lapis crystal to grant you magnetic reforge, which will give you plus 50 mining speed. You can also apply the Jade Roll Reforged Stone to grant you Jaded on your armor, which will give you plus 45 mining speed and plus 25 mining fortune on a legendary. You'll be using epic, so you'll have a little bit less on your mineral, but it's not worth the 20 mil. Another thing is the equipment. So the equipment that you'll probably want to use is the mithril equipment. So the mithril gauntlet, belt, cloak, and necklace. It gives plus 20 mining speed and plus 5 mining fortune. You can reforge it with the Dwarven Treasure reforged stone, which will give you a royal, which on my titanium equipment gives me +8 on each piece. That's not a lot, but you gotta collect as much as you can, yeah? So, how to get as much powder from powder grinding as you can. As you probably know, you get powder by mining, yeah, and when you mine, you get a chance to drop a treasure chest. And if you open it, it gives you some gemstone powder, yeah? But there's an issue with that, because in order to just, right click the chest as I did just a second ago, so, oh yeah, just like right clicking, oh, that's an armadillo, but legendary. You gotta have the Great Explorer perk maxed, because it reduces the amount of locks on the chests by 5. And if I disable it and try to get a chest, you'll see that I need to look at a few particles to open a chest. If you have level 0 Great Explorer, it will be, oh yeah, it will be 5 of them. And yeah, as you can see, I lockpick a chest, and it is very annoying. So this is the first perk that you wanna max out, the Great Explorer. Maxing out the Great Explorer perk will cost you around 900,000. Exactly, it is. It is 917,130 gemstone powder. So that's already almost a million gemstone powder that you gotta collect from lockpicking the chest. What to do after with your gemstone powder? You're collecting the gemstone powder, yeah, and the next perk you wanna max out is the powder buff. The powder buff perk is a perk that gives you plus 50% more powder from any source. So you'll be getting 50% more gemstone powder from opening the chests. After you max out the powder buff, then it comes the mole perk. The mole perk grants you at maximum level, so at level 200 grants you plus 400 mining spread while mining hardstone, and that'll be very useful because you'll get more chests as you mine more hardstone. If you've maxed out your mole perk, the next perk you wanna max out is probably Blockhead, Old School. You can also Speedy Mineman upgrade and Fortunate Mineman. But those are not that important now. Those are important just for money, especially the Blockhead and the Fortunate Mineman, because they just give you more hardstone. And this is the pickaxe ability you want to use. You want to use the Manic Miner ability, and you want to have as much mana as you can, because every time you use it, you get 1,000 mining fortune for 30 seconds if you mine as much blocks as you can. That's all you need to be a great powder miner. So, how much powder, how much money can you actually get from powder grinding? I'll be doing a test and I'll be checking it. I'll be using this jungle pickaxe for the slug juice, the mineral set, and these are my Heart of the Mountain perks. As you can see, everything in the gemstone section is maxed out, so I don't really need to grind it anymore. But my stats with holding the jungle pickaxe, I have 3,700 mining speed and 600 mining fortune, and also 231 mining spread and block fortune 200, and also the additional 400 mining spread on ores and blocks from the armor set, and the additional 300 mining spread on hardstone with the Dilopet. So as you can see, I started the 15-minute test to see how much I can get, and as you can see, it wasn't during the double powder event. So if you're lucky and you go into the double powder event, you can get twice as much powder for 15 minutes, and I didn't calculate it while calculating profit, so that's a thing to keep in mind. So in these 15 minutes I got 303,000 gemstone powder, so in an hour you can get 1.2 million gemstone powder. My Heart of the Mountain tree has put in around 28 mil, and also the core of the mountain is maxed out, so you'll still need around 20 hours to max it all out. In the 15 minutes I got 1151 enchanted heartstone, and the heartstone can be sold for 1100 coins. The 1151 heartstone is worth around 1.2 mil, and that's in 15 minutes. So times 4, it is around 5 million an hour. In addition, I got 2010 sludge juice, which is also worth around 2000 coins. So in 15 minutes I got 4.5 mil worth of sludge juice. So in an hour it is approximately 18 million coins. So you get around 23 million coins and around 1.2 million gemstone powder in an hour. Let me know in the comments if I forgot to include something in this video, but I think this is the complete guide to powder grind. And thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.